Shalom. Kohala Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rahakwadash, which those will be the true names of the Heavenly Father, which is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, which is Yahweh Shai. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and the other bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to the Lord's elect that's teaching in truth, sincerity, and diligence for the sake of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. Here, all roads is leading to that micro C-hip. You see, in the way that you pretty much experience in life now, where you can freely gather bride, freely go to these different sporting events, eat and drink as you please, freely go to the grocery stores, freely use your social media. All these things is going to be compromised unless you have that micro C-hip inserted, man. You see, even you being acknowledged as a U.S. citizen, it's going to far exceed you just having a physical ID and a social security card. They trying to make all those things digital. That's why you have a thing called a digital ID. You see, because gradually they're going to introduce that micro C-hip, and those who pretty much don't take it, you're going to be exiled from society, man, and ultimately even put to death. You see, because even when you consider, this mass deportation, that's going to grow into, we don't know who is an illegal immigrant. We don't know who an alien. So the best thing that we can set up to establish who's a U.S. citizen is to get them chipped, And that's ultimately what Esau Edom is going to do. And he's going to play on your bodily conditions, taking away certain luxuries from you, luxury to make money, pay your bills and things like that. Go to grocery stores and buy things to eat. All those things is going to be compromised, and even your safety. He's going to cause certain calamities to take place here in this society where you're going to desire safety. And it's going to be this 15-minute city. It's going to be highly surveillance. It's going to have high level security. It's going to, have that high level technology. And the only way for you to enter into it is if you take that C-hip, man. This guy got a thing where he want to put robots in your house. You see, and he tells you like, yeah, we just want to give you these robots so that they can do things for you. But yet it's really to monitor you. You see, this system that Esau Edom is coming with is going to be a very strict system, and people, they're going to flock to it, for ultimately seeking refuge. But they ain't going to know they finna marry themselves into a dictatorship, for the lack of better terms, man, where you're going to be heavily surveillance. You're going to have strict regulations, fucking curfews and all sorts of things, man. You see, they tell you, yeah, they gonna keep crime down in this part of the time, and it's ultimately gonna be through that high surveillance, camera scanning faces and things like that, drones flying around. You see, having robo-cops in the streets, and it's ultimately that city is gonna be inhabited by people with that chip in them, man. This is what all these roles is pretty much leading to. You see, real quick, just going into Revelations, the 13th chapter. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. You see, and it goes into he calls it. It's going to be a draconian law that's going to be passed, that's going to mandate, you having that C-hip. It's going to start with you, he offering it to you. You got a lot of jakes out there. I ain't for put no technology in my body. But wait till he start playing on those bodily conditions. Start to take some of your luxuries away that as your human right. It's my human right to plant food. And they gonna take that away, man. It's my human right to go into the grocery store and buy what I need for my family. That's gonna be compromised. You see, you're gonna see that you're really dealing with the devil, man. This nigga gonna force you to put technology in your body. He might kill your family in front of, shoot your youngest child. You gonna take it now? You see, he's gonna call Jake the fool, man. And you go into that word, cause it. Strong's G4160, it says, the definition F, it says to make a thing out of something, to make, render one anything. It says to make, constitute, or appoint one anything, to appoint or ordain that, you see, to declare one anything, to put one forth, lead them out, which, he's going to constitute that micro C-hip. It's going to be ordained. It's going to be a law, man. You see, and you're going to have to take it. Unless you're going to be put to death, man. You see, and so going back It says he causes all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, in which that small and great ultimately goes into your rank, man. Because you have great people in the society, and you also have smaller people, little neighborhood civilians, whatever it may be. But yet, that's what that's going into. You see, it says right here, Strong's G3398, it says of rank or influence, man. So you have people with a large, influence, and then you have people with a smaller influence. You see, you got your LeBrons, and then you got your goddamn Kevin, little regular little dude, man. You see? But just go on, it says to receive a mark in their right hand on their forehead, in which that word mark, it goes into charagma, in which you'll have a nigga to say, we already got a chip in our phone. Well, yeah, and he gonna put that chip out your phone inside of you. You see that word mark goes into charagma, Strong's G5480. It says a stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist. You see? And it's even going to be a badge to show that you are a U.S. citizen. You see? And you don't want to be a U.S. citizen, man. It says the mark branded upon horses, things carved, sculptured, graven work, idolatrous image. Now, when you hear about the mark of the beast from certain camps, they'll tell you that it's something spiritual. It's doctrine, it's white women. It's all these different things, but really it's that little tiny device that the so-called white man, Esau Edom, is going to present. That's why, like in 2022, 2023, and even parts of 2024, you had these major companies investing in micro C-hips, man. You see, because ultimately they're going to present those things to the people. And even with that, that's going to show, it's going to be a badge to show, okay, you are a U.S. citizen. You pretty much in the system. You a follower of the Antichrist. You a servant unto the so-called white man, Esau Edom. And that'll preserve you from the calamities in the society, but that's not going to preserve you, from the judgment that's going to come from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, which is ultimately going to come in the form of ICBM missiles coming to this society, man. You can't combat that, because it's World War III is a thing in the earth, and even America being nuked is ultimately a concern amongst these people, man. You see? So one thing that's going to ultimately keep you here to be burned up is you being married to this system by taking this charagma. And even just going from there to the word karax, the root word of charagma, Strong's G5482. It says a palisade, in which, let's see, you go into that the root word, read the root word carasso. It says to sharpen to a point. You see? In which that needle that they're gonna use to insert that C-hip in you, it all ties in, man. Even palisade, it's like a splinter. You see? Because that C-hip is gonna stick into you. And one thing, a splinter, it goes under the skin. And they gonna put that C-hip under the skin, man. You see, nigga, man, you reaching. But yeah, it all ties in, man. You go from the root word of karax, it takes you back to grapho, which goes into information, man. And this is where all your information is going to be tied into that little C-hip. You see, it all ties in, man. Yep, it says to write with reference to the content of the writing, to express in writing characters, and which it's going to have your information on it. It says the D definition, to write to one by writing in a writing epistle, to give information, directions. You see? And which, through that information and direction, they're going to be able to track your every move, track your thoughts, all sorts of things, man. Be able to turn your chip off when they want to, be able to take money out when they need it. However it may be, they're going to marry you to a social credit score. You see? And if that score is too low, you're not going to be able to participate in certain events. But yet, this is the system that you're going to ultimately marry yourself to by taking that C-hip, man. And he's going to play on your bodily conditions in order for you to take it real quick. This is Revelations 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the words of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. You see, and that great hour of temptation is ultimately when he cut these different resources off and you presented with that C-hip in order to get it back. You see? In which the Lord tell you don't take it because it's a judgment for taking it, man. Revelations, the 14th chapter. But even when you go into this word here, temptation, it shows you how he's going to play on your bodily conditions in order to get you to sin. So this is Strong's G3986. It says, the definition 8, it says trial proving the trial made of you by my bodily conditions, since conditions serve as a test to the love of the Galatians towards Paul. You see, it says a trial of a man's fidelity, integrity, and constancy. You see, and the enticement to sin, temptation, whether arising from the desire, from the outward circumstance. You see, so ultimately this guy, he's gonna play on your outward circumstance, things that you love, things that you are attached to, you know, things that you grew comfortable with, man. Going to the grocery store, niggas comfortable with going to the grocery store. That's a normal thing here in America, you know. But soon it's gonna be you having to receive a C-hip in order to walk out with items. It ain't gonna be you just going in there grabbing things, you getting in line and you paying for it. Nah, man. These things is gonna shift. Right here, it says of the condition of a thing or a mental state by which we are enticed to sin or to lapse from the faith and holiness. You see, in which the Lord tells you not to take that C-hip, and the Lord tell you to wait on him. You see, you ultimately honoring the Lord is going to come through, man. The Lord is not a man that he should lie. That's why the Lord gave us certain precepts to combat the things that Esau Edom is going to be presenting. And when you don't know the scriptures, you gonna fucking fold. Because what you have to hold back, what you got to fall back on. You know, we can always, Lord, you said this. Lord, you said that he was going to come. And you said if I ain't take it, that you was going to feed me. You said you was going to help me. You can hold on to that, man. Because the scripture said that. And you can always bank on the Lord is not a man that he should lie. But if you don't know that, well, look, those bodily conditions is going to entice you to go down there and get that C-hip, a broken arm. You know? Hey, if you would have just held out one day, you would have ran into a doctor that would have wrapped that thing up and they would have healed correctly. You know, gave you little son herbs and things like that she had stored up. But yet, you know, you went down and got that C-hip so you can go to the doctor and get that surgery, man. Esau Edom is going to do these things. You see? But you see how all roads is ultimately going to lead to you having to receive that micro C-hip in order to continue in this system. In which I got a quick video just to show at the end, just to bring it all home.
Putting an end to anonymity on social media. We are allowing people to roam freely on social networks without linking their profiles to a real identity. This paving the way for misinformation. It is allowing people to act without being held accountable for their actions. Force all these platforms to link every user account to an European digital identity wallet. This way, citizens could use nicknames if they want, but in the case of a crime, public authorities would be able to connect those nicknames to real people and hold them responsible.
So that man right there is the Prime Minister of Spain, Pedro Sanchez. As we just heard, he is pushing the digital ID and personal digital wallet agenda. This is the ultimate beast system agenda, a complete control grid where everybody is tracked and traced with their digital identification and their digital wallet. And ultimately, this digital ID and digital wallet will be tied to a social credit score, as we can hear from Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, about how the social structure is going to need to change.
I still expect that there will be some change required to the social contract, given how powerful we expect this to.
So a change to the social contract. They are not hiding the agenda, guys. Pedro from Spain telling you that he wants to make it where everybody has some type of digital identification to use social media so everybody knows who you are. That way, you know, if you push any type of misinformation, that might be hate speech, and that's a crime. Book 'em, boys. And also,
Yeah, we should stop it right there. In which it seemed like This guy who may be a Edomite, might be a Jake, but he understand what the mark of the beast is more than people out there that profess themselves to be Israelites and even leaders. He know priests, captain, but yeah, he understand the mark of the beast more than you do. You see? But yeah, I can, leave it with that. Pray that you was edified, giving all the glory and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakwadash, Lord willing. To this video, Shalom.